today. David Schenker, he's the director for the program on Arab politics at the Washington Institute for Near East Policy and former Middle East advisor to Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
Let's start first with Syria. You heard the president speaking there. A big event of grave concern, very troublesome, requires America's attention. But yet a year ago, he said that if Syria crossed the red line, there would be action. We proved that there was the use of chemical weapons back then. There does not appear to have been any action. Do you think he will take some this time?
Well, I find it very hard to believe that he will. The fact that he referred this to the United Nations, a strategy that is typically a time-tested way to do nothing, really suggests to me that he doesn't want to do anything. The policy is focused around not getting involved. And so far, you've had 100,000 dead, mostly killed by bullets and missiles. It's hard to see how 1,000 or a couple hundred dead from a chemical weapon, while deplorable, would impact his calculus.
But on the other side of it, by arming the rebels, are we in essence arming Al-Qaeda? How do we know who, in fact, we're arming?
Well, we have great intelligence. We have spent a huge amount of money on intelligence gathering. We have people in Turkey and in Jordan. We meet with rebel leaders. We say that we don't know who the good guys are, who the guys are in the Free Syria Army, the rebels that are not allied with Al-Qaeda. But we actually do know who they are. President Obama said some 2 months ago that he would arm the rebels, the vetted rebels. And yet, just this week, you had a rebel leader, secular, non-Al-Qaeda leader, tell the LA Times that no weapons have arrived yet. If we don't know who the good guys are, it's because we don't want to know.
Definitely divided in his administration as to what to do, whether to arm the rebels, provide arms or not. Also a similar situation going on in Egypt, a decision that needs to be made. Do you think that we should end military aid in Egypt?
Absolutely not. If you look at the value of this assistance, it's $1.3 billion a year. The Egyptian military government, after toppling the Islamist president, Mohamed Morsi, received almost $16 billion from Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Kuwait. We don't have much leverage. It may make us feel good to cut this aid because of the coup, but in reality, we'd be shooting ourselves in the foot. We'd be cutting our relations with the military and giving us even less leverage than we have right now. It's good to maintain the open line of communication.
All right, David Schenker.